Hey, what's up, everyone? Um, when I started making these videos about 4 years ago, one of the main ideas behind it was that these videos were intended for my future yet to be born children as a way that I could pass on to them everything that I have learned in my life, just everything that's been passed on to me from my parents, from my father, my mother, my life experiences, my coaches, just every single thing that I believe has helped me along the way. And I thought, what better way to do it than just to do it through videos? Save me time in the future, having to explain everything, right? So, a really important, probably the most important thing, or one of the most important things that I would pass on to my kids and would pass on to anyone that I meet out there is it's okay to be influenced, inspired, energized, motivated by people that we look up to. Understand at the end of the day, there's this crazy question of, well, who am I? I work with people almost every day and going through huge life changes, whether it's divorces, breakups, or whatever. And then they're trying to figure out who they are again, reconnect with their identity. And identity is something really fascinating and interesting. Sometimes we feel like I'm fake, I'm a fraud. Who am I? I'm this type of person with this person, and with someone else, I'm someone different. Does this mean I'm fake? Does this mean I'm lying? Does this mean that I'm not being genuine? Who am I? What is my genuine personality? Is the person I am when I'm on my own, is that who I am? Well, the answer, I believe, is all of the above are who you are. We are shaped by every single thing that we encounter since we're born. Everything, whether it's people, whether it's foods, whether it's the weather, the city, the town, everything that we encounter from the day we're born is what shapes and molds our mind, the way we behave, the way we believe, the way we think. Of course, there's a big part also that's genetic, that's passed on to us. So we're not only a product of our conditioning, we're also comprised of genetic material that's been passed on to us. A great example is in World War II when Germany invaded Poland. A lot of the pregnant moms at the time were only able to eat potatoes because that was all that was available. Well, their children that were, you know, growing inside them, their babies, unborn babies, adapted to that food source so that when they were born, they were ready to be able to survive well with just what was available. So it's like the our mom at the time is preparing us for the environment we're going to come into, and it's not just going to be about potatoes and food. It's going to be about everything, the people who are around, the weather. So a lot of how we come into this world, yes, is genetic. It's passed on. A lot of our personality traits, our behavior, our physical attributes, and beyond are encoded into us, but we're not completely the result of genetics either. It's like a share of it is genetics, a part of it is genetics, but then we're amazing beings. We're kind of we're brought into this world with like a survival pack of how to survive, but then we're also very open to learn a lot and adapt a lot and evolve a lot as we're raised in this world. And your personality, the way you think, the way you believe, you know, our belief systems, so important. Um, are constructed through conditioning, through when we're born and who we interact with and what we like, you know, how we, the word is model, how we model ourselves, you know. We might have hundreds of people, or you know, tens and 20, you know, maybe 50 people that we look up to. It could be Arnold Schwarzenegger, it could be Oprah, it could be Elon Musk, it could be whoever. And then we'll take little things from those people that we like, and we believe that's good, that's right, it's correct, and then we slowly model our totally unique personality based on all those things that we resonate and connect with. So we're all unique. That's the message of this video, is that we are all amazingly unique. We all come into this world with a completely unique fingerprint. Completely unique. Can you imagine every second right now that you're watching this video, there are hundreds of thousands of babies being born. Right now, right in this minute, you know? And every single one of them has a completely unique fingerprint to the billions that have come before. Now, if you're going to have a completely unique pattern in such a small area right here, and that's you, like there's no one else that has that pattern. Well, imagine how unique this this mind that you have is. It's going to be completely unique. There will be no other mind on earth that has ever existed that is like that. Even with twins, they're going to be totally different. And that is how special each and every one of us is. We're each so, so powerful and special. And in order to shine, in order to stand out from the crowd, in order to be heard and to have our voice heard, to have our impacts made, in order for us to make a statement, to to be here and to do what we believe and to have our impact, all we need to do is be ourselves. Or a better way to say it is, be as much of yourself as you can. You don't have to completely just throw everything out and say, I'm just going to be 100% myself. If this person's boring me, I'm going to say, hey, shush, you're boring me. No. You don't have to go extreme, but move more towards who you are. And try to bring that into every aspect of your life, even if it's just having a conversation with someone, whether it's writing, whether it's your work, whether it's your sports. Who are you? Bring yourself out into those things. When I'm in the gym and I'm training, am I going to do what everyone on planet Earth does? You know, follow the exact technique that every boxer on Earth or every jiu-jitsu fighter? No, why should I do that? Of course, there are some basic fundamentals that I'm going to learn, but I am totally unique, and I'm going to fight in a totally unique way, and I have to bring the best out of myself. And in fact, that's what a great coach would do. A great coach isn't going to turn you into themselves or their way of fighting or their way of doing things. A great coach is going to bring the best out of you. So always remember and understand how unique and special you are, how unique and special we each are. And in order to be more special and unique, and why is it important to stand out and be special and unique? Why? It's because you'll have more of a purpose. You'll have more of more relevance. You'll be more interesting. You'll be more attractive. Why? Because you'll have something to offer that no one else on earth has, whether it's a different perspective, a different way of doing things. Human beings, we crave learning. Human beings, we are thirsty for something new and different. Well, guess what? Every single person is new and different. So all you have to do is be more of yourself, and you will be more interesting, more relevant. You'll find that you have more of a purpose, more of a place, if you have the guts and the courage and the wisdom to understand who you are, and to have the courage and guts to bring that out of yourself more and more. Like I said, it doesn't have to be 100% extreme, you know, but you can go in steps and be more of yourself. Have the guts to be more and more of yourself. So, knowing that we are, all we have to do really is just be ourselves more, then the other side of this conversation is be careful that you're not conforming too much, right? The corrosion of conformity. There was a band when I was younger, when I was like, what, 17, 18. I went to a festival. It was my first ever live music event. I was 15 years old, and it was called Donington, and it was in England. And there was a whole bunch of bands. Slayer played, Metallica played, Machine Head played. There was a ton of awesome bands that were playing. And one of them was called Corrosion of Conformity. They were terrible in my opinion, no offense, but the band name was very cool. The corrosion of conformity. When we all conform, right? When we all conform and we become cookie cutter, and it's usually out of fear because we don't want to disturb, you know, the system. And then if someone steps out of place, everyone has this sheep herd mentality of like, oh, look at you, why are you doing things in that way? That's bullying, and that that sort of gang mentality, tribal mentality. It usually stems from fear, right? It comes from fear. If you're afraid, you'll stick together in a group, and then you'll put other people down when they step out of place. Doesn't last. It doesn't last. That type of behavior it's uh, it's a dead end street. You're only gonna hurt yourself and waste your own time. Have the guts to stand out, because the fact is we're not the same as each other, and that's a great thing. We're all unique, we're all different. So even if you find people, they get in their cliques or their groups, and their there's a lot of office gym politics, social politics, where we all get in our little groups and put down people who won't conform into groups. Well, even all those people who are in a group, they're not the same. Remember that. They're all totally different to each other. They've just come under this banner, and they've created an agreement that we're going to form a team. But even those teams, I see it all the time, they have uh, a, a clock, an expiration date on them. Balance is important, right? So, know who you are, I say in some of my videos. Know who you are and know what you want. And hey, it's okay if you're one way with one person, totally different way with another person. Different people, different environments, different situations will bring out different part of us, different personality of us. Does it mean that we're not really who we are? We're not genuine when we're with this person or with that person? Of course not. We're highly complex beings, and we're able to adapt. And every, let's call it personality, or every character that comes out with, we're going to be different with our mother, we're going to be different with our father, we're going to be different with our family than we are with our friends, we're going to be different with our girlfriend or boyfriend than we are with our boss at work, or gym mates. And every personality that we construct, or let's say every personality that's constructed because of the different environments we're exposed to, is a part of who we are. And there's nothing wrong with that. They all, our master personality is comprised of hundreds of micro personalities, right? And that's how complex we are. That's how amazing we are. And yes, there's nothing wrong with trying to keep all of those personalities more consistent, keeping the core, the foundation of them, the the main values, the main principles consistent throughout. So that if you believe that, hey, I believe in honesty, I believe in not lying, I believe in not cheating, those basic core beliefs that we find in a lot of um, you know religions, for example, faiths, ways of living, a lot of those good principles that have survived time, and have helped us as a species. It's okay to have those as the core of every one of those personalities. If I'm going to be with my girlfriend, I'm going to say, I'm going to still be honest, kind, honest, kindness, honesty, kindness are important values to me, important values to a lot of people out there. And they're going to that those values will exist when I interact with my father as well, with my mom, with my coach, at work. So we're going to have some core values that we believe in, and we have modeled them again from hundreds of people, the people that we've met, whether it's our parents, our teachers, people who we look up to. So the gist of it is, don't have this, don't worry too much about, well, who am I? I'm this way with this person. This no, you get to create and mold yourself, and the beauty of that modeling process is that once you've modeled and molded your personality of who you are, it's not that, hey, that's it now for the rest of your life. Absolutely not. A lot of people do, like, they spend so much time to create their way of life, their way of thinking, their belief system, and then they become set in their ways, right? And they don't want to change anymore. And they can sometimes carry that personality right through to when they're old. But, as the saying goes, the only constant in life is change. And our world is changing rapidly. So I personally believe that again, balance is important. You don't want to be too fixed for your entire life, but you don't also want to just constantly change your personality every week either. A good balance. But I believe it's very important to be in a state of continuous improvement, continuously be open to evolve, to evolution. Allow and accept that, hey, your beliefs may change over time. The way you think can change over time. Your interests can change over time. Don't be set, and fixed in your ways. Hey, if you want to be set and fixed in your ways, that's fine. Remember, the ultimate filter or measure is, does this serve me? So maybe it will serve you to be fixed and set in your time, in your ways. Remember, what does it mean to serve you? What serves us is what energizes us, strengthens us, improves our lives, and our environment, the people around us, because that's all a part of our life, as I mentioned in my previous video. What serves us usually is a result of our environment also being served. So it's not about, oh, I'm just going to look out for myself and I'm going to do really well. And no, like if you look at planet Earth as a body, and a lot of countries and nations now are going into more nationalism, isolationism, protectivism, whatever the word is, protectionism, right? Protecting their borders. Well, can you ignore Syria? Can you ignore the Middle East? Well, hey, it doesn't have anything to do with our country. Forget about them. No, because look what happened in Syria when it was ignored for, 5, 6, 7 years. Suddenly, it affected the rest of the world. All the because we're one. the planet is like one body, and it's the same as your body. If you ignore your foot, it's eventually the disease is going to spread, and the whole body is going to suffer as a result of that. So, what serves us isn't just about what serves us. We live in an environment, in a community. So, a big part of what serves us is, our environment as well. So, you know, making sure that our family, our friends, are also, you know, having a good experience as a result of our good experiences as well. So there's a lot to sort of like keep in mind, but the gist of this video is we're all totally 100% unique. Don't follow the lives of other people too much, okay? It's great to be influenced, it's great to be inspired by so many great people out there, so many great YouTube channels, so many great books and videos, and amazing people that inspire us through what they do. But don't overly just watch their channels and or read their books, and don't follow the lives of other people. Sometimes I catch myself doing it. I'll watch like certain maybe YouTube channels that I like, and I'll be like, why am I watching the life of someone else, where I should be actually out there doing more of my things, my life, right? So what that talks about is be influenced, be inspired, be energized, be motivated, and allow yourself to be shaped, because you're going to be shaped eventually by what you put your attention on. So you're going to be shaped. We're going to model ourselves based on all the things we put our attention on, but don't overdo it. Otherwise, you're going to wind up conforming, and you're going to lose your uniqueness. Okay, so value, treasure your uniqueness. Remember, you are totally unique, and all you have to do is just be more of yourself. And for all of you out there, I have a few clients ask me this all the time. You know, how do you find out who you are? Well, it's going to happen. You're going to be drawn to certain things, and so you don't have to worry about it too much. You're going to find certain things more interesting than others, and just always remember that filter is, does this serve me? That's the best filter. Just have faith in that filter. Is this strengthening me? Is this person improving my life? Is this person inspiring, energizing me, motivating me to go and make my life better? Or is this just pure entertainment, pure stimulation, where it's not actually improving my life, not strengthening my life, but it's just stimulating, right? And that's the one of the big things in life that humans we currently are having difficulty with is discerning, between something that's a stimulating, entertaining, addictive, toxic thing, potentially toxic thing, and something that is actually good for your life, that improves your life, right? And hey, there's nothing wrong with the entertainment and the stimulating things, but we don't want that to be too extreme, right? So balance is really important. All right, so I hope there's something in here that sparks off some thought, that inspires, that strengthens, that serves you out there, and have the courage to be yourself, because the more you can be yourself, the more you can reconnect with your uniqueness, the more interesting you're going to be, the more in demand you're going to be, the more you'll feel that you have a place and a purpose. And hey, that's just a feeling that you'll have. But the fact and truth is, you do have a purpose. We all have a purpose. It's just that, can we remember that and believe that, and then have that guts and courage to be our unique self? Because when we do, there's going to be a lot of thirst and demand and interest in that. Okay, we're all like, I love the analogy of what we're all like jigsaw puzzle pieces. Each and every single one of us. We're totally unique, and we complete the whole. All right, so with that, sending everybody out there all the very best. Have an excellent weekend, and more videos to come. Adios for now. Bye.